Friends, today we are going to discuss about the poem The Naming of Cats. The Naming of Cats by T.S. Eliot. You can take your textbook on page number 48. I shall read the poem for you. The name of cats is a difficult matter. It isn't just one of your holiday games. You may think at first I am as mad as a hatter when I tell you a cat must have 3 different names. First of all, there is the name that the family uses daily, such as Peter, Augustus, Alonso or James, such as Victor or Jonathan, George or Bill Bailey. All of them sensible, everyday names. There are fancier names if you think they sound sweeter. Some of the gentlemen, some of the dames, such as Plato, Amandus, Electra, Demeter, but all of them sensible, everyday names. But I tell you, a cat needs a name that is particular, a name that is peculiar and more dignified. Else, how can he keep up his tail perpendicular, or spread out his whiskers, or cherish his pride? Or names of this kind, I can give you a chorus, such as Mangistrap, Caxo or Choreopath, such as Bombolina or Jellyro. Names that never belong to more than one cat. But above and beyond there is still one name left over. And that is the name that you never will guess. The name that no human research can discover. But the cat himself knows and will never confess. When you notice a cat in profound meditation, the reason I tell you is always the same. His mind is engaged in a rapt contemplation of the thought of his name, his ineffable, deep and inscrutable singular name by T.S. Eliot. He is the author of the poem. Okay, some of the names of the cats are very difficult. You can go through and learn and write it in your notebook. Okay, today we are going to, now I will explain the poem, the summary of the poem. So here the writer, who is the writer of the poem? The writer of the poem is T.S. Eliot. And we know that if we want to give a name, to a particular name to a newborn baby or a pet in your house, it is difficult, you know. It's very difficult. We think over and over, again and again, what name we should give. So finally, we select a good name and we give to the right name. You also have some pet names, no? And so here the poet says that the reader may think he is crazy because he believes that a cat must have 3 different names. Who believes that the cat must have 3 different names? The author believes that the cat must have 3 different names. The first type of name a cat should have is the name that the family uses daily. The family uses. So we also have our own family, the pet names. No, we give some pet names to our own children. So the family we use that. Okay, the family we use the name. And such as here in the book you can see which pet names such as Peter, Augustus, Alonso, James, such as Victor, Jonathan, George or Bill Bailey. These are the pet names the writer is supposed to give to the cat. So second type of name that a cat should have is a fancy name. So fancy name such as he thinks about the name of a popular or famous personalities such as Plato, Amandus, Electra and Demeter. These are the great personalities' name. Again the poet says that a cat will be able to keep up his tail perpendicular or spread out his whiskers or cherish his pride if he is given a name that is particular. He will be pride. He should be feeling proud of his name. So he is thinking which name he should give to the cat. And the third type of name that a cat must have is the one that no one can guess or discuss, or it is different from the other. The two types, it is known as only the cat who will never confess. So the writer wanted to put the different name that none other have. So at the end the poet says when the cat is in profound meditation, it is thinking about its singular name, and again he says when they are not asleep, the cat are in deep observation of the thought and of their singular name. So the writer is telling that normally we know the cat almost all the time it sleeps. So the writer is telling that he is he is doing the meditation or he is doing the contemplation, and in deep meditation it is thinking about the name, which name is thinking about going on thinking about their singular name. That is what the writer is telling about in this poem. So now I will read out the word meaning. You will be learning the word meaning and writing it down in your copy. Okay. So you can open the page number 49. These are the difficult words. You have to learn it. The first word, Amandus, Electra, Demeter. Greek mythological character. Cherish means to hold dear, to treat with affection. Contemplation, thoughtful observation or study. Dignified, worthy of respect. Affable, capable of being expressed in words. Ineffable, made up word. Everyday dames, ordinary woman. Ineffable, capable of being expressed. Inscrutable, difficulty to understand. Mad as hatter, that means crazy. Peculiar, old or strange. Perpendicular, being at right angle to the horizontal. Plato, the name of a Greek philosopher. Profound, deep, beyond what is obvious. Quorum, a select group. Rapt, deeply absorbed. So dear children, you will be having the first periodical test. You will be asked only the multiple choice questions. There are 20 questions, only the multiple choice questions you will be asking, and I will be putting the questions from the word meanings, about the author, about the author's name, and also you will be learning the word meanings from your textbook, and very simple small questions I will be asking, and you will be going through all the chapters and learning the word meaning. Multiple choice questions will be asked. So we will be preparing for the exam, the online exam. Thank you for listening.